Hello, it is Sunday, July 16th, 2023. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It is a Sunday crossword, so as we can see, we have an extra big grid and a titled crossword. The game is afoot, so some sort of mystery to solve, or maybe something punnily to do with feet, I don't know. In any case, this potentially punny edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by William Arundel, Adam and Annette Noble, Jake Rodkin, and, as always, the invaluable Timothy Mark, the indomitable Shoalmaster, and the incredible Horan family. So thank you so much to the six of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support. I really do appreciate the contributions that all patrons make to this series. So thank you to those six. Thank you to everybody who is a patron of the channel. It really does mean a lot to me. And if you'd like to directly contribute in that way, you can head over to patreon.com/dailysolve or via the link in the description field underneath the video. There you can find, of course, the bonus videos that are available to patrons, as well as for benefactors, the Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug. Thank you again to everybody who is a patron, and thank you if you've subscribed to the YouTube channel. Please consider it if you've not gotten around to doing so. That's a big help. And you can also join the Daily Solve Discord chat server. There's a link in the description field to that friendly chat community as well. All right, so let's get on to today's crossword, a themed large Sunday grid with a title. It's entitled "The Game is Afoot," as I noted a moment ago, and it was constructed by Michael Schlossberg, his eighth puzzle, I think, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. So let's see what's going on. I'm curious what sort of game is afoot. Oh boy, these really are big grids, aren't they? Let's see. So gumshoes. Gumshoes are detectives, sleuths. Now, there are a few ways, few nicknames for gumshoes detectives, but since it needs to be pluralized, this one can only be 3 letters, and one of those is tex, which is sort of a contraction of the word detective. So let's see if that helps with the downs, if we can confirm or deny that. Make the rounds at a restaurant. Table something? I'm not sure. Blank Fagin, Billie Holiday's birth name. Oh, that's easy. That's pretty interesting. Elizabeth? No. I don't know Billie Holiday's birth name. That's really interesting. Okay. Conflict associated with Marxism. Class struggle or class war, maybe? Let's see if that... I'm going to just put a supposition on a supposition and see if we can keep putting these together. Oh, singer Rita. Rita Ora is... I certainly recognize the name, at least. Make the rounds at a restaurant. Do I think I know what this is? No, I don't think I do. This is, well, W is a distinctive letter. Blank life. Oh, how's life? You could ask somebody. All right. There we go. This is starting to look a bit more solid. Plea to a superhero. Save us, I guess. It seems plausible enough. Italian menu word. Oh, Allah. So, right. So this would be the Italian equivalent of Allah in French, which would have only a single L, and I guess would be 2 words, whereas Allah in Italian, this would be a single word. Make the rounds at a restaurant. Oh, table hop. Right, it was table something. Table hop. Okay, I don't think I actually know that phrase, but it seems, with that H-O, it seems incredibly plausible, and you can imagine what it would mean. The server hopping from table to table, so to speak. Follow is ensue. There we go. Spleen is... Oh, ire. You could sort of vent your spleen. You could, you're angry. You've got spleen, bile, kind of. It's used in that way. All right, engraves with the machine. Laser, I was going to say laser etch, but it would need to be laser etches, wouldn't it? Laser cuts, maybe? You could laser cut something, engrave it with a machine. That sounds plausible. Let's see. Oh, Eleanor or Eleonora? Billie Holiday's birth name. Let's see here. Slip before putting on a boot. I wonder if this is related to our game is afoot, because it says a boot. The game is afoot. The game is afoot. Game Parcheesi, maybe? Slip before... I don't think so. That sounds completely implausible. Slip before putting on a boot. I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is part of the theme, but I'm not sure what it is. This looks like Beavis. Like Beavis and... Is there any way this could be Beavis and Butthead? Fresh pair of... fresh pair of loafers. Beavis and Butthead, the cartoon characters. They're sort of loafers in the sense that they're slackers. They were sort of lazy people, I guess you could say. They loafed around. That could be it. So right, okay. So is it just that we're using? Is this the whole theme actually? That we're just using? Oh, so it didn't even need to be a. Here I said a boot fits with a foot, but that's not the case here. We don't have an a, so that I think that might have just been a coincidence. In any case, is it just that we're using sort of foot puns? So, or shoe-related puns maybe, because here we have loafers and here we have boot. Right. Okay. So it might just be shoe-related puns is our theme. Let's find out. Part of a spine, a disc. You can have discs in your spine. That's certainly the case. Genesis brother. Esau is a biblical character from Genesis. Pretty sure that's right. Who blank? Who isn't? Is a common enough question. Let's see. Razzie Award winners typically. Oh, the Razzie Awards are sort of satirical awards, I guess, in a way, given to films that the bestowers of the award deem to be terrible, essentially. So I guess typically they could be duds, maybe. That film was a real dud. It was not good. Jewish title. Rab is a title. No, Reb. Reb is a title used to refer to a kind of, I think it's basically to refer to a sort of respected person, not necessarily a religious person, but a sort of respected person in the, in the sort of local Jewish community, basically. I hope I'm not getting that drastically wrong, but that's my basic understanding of it. Anyway, Blank Hall, Days of Our Lives actress, Deirdre, I suppose. I don't recognize the name, but it's I recognize it as a name. I don't recognize the specific person being referenced, but I'm sure that's correct. URL ender could be edu.edu, used for university addresses, and then gave out could be issued, as in handed something out or assigned it. All right, so HS math topic, high school math topic, could be trigonometry, and a plant also called herb of grace. That I don't know. I don't think I recognize that sort of nickname. Fall could be autumn, the season of the year. And that makes things a little better. It helps, maybe? Seems reasonably likely. Word before hole or crust. Pie hole or pie crust. Those are both phrases. Organization with a top 100 most banned and challenged books list. I wonder if it's something like the American Librarian Association or something? Maybe? ALA? I'm not sure. DC lobbying group with a Star of David in its logo. Is APAC something? That kind of sounds familiar. I'm not sure. Let's try this ALA. Handy could be utile, useful, which presumably is from the French, because utile and inutile in French are useful and not useful, essentially. Or not usable, I guess, depending on the context. Give up could be seed. Yeah, this is APAC. Okay. I don't remember exactly what that is. Maybe the I is for Israel. Yeah. Anyway, it sounds familiar basically, but I can't think what the initials resolve to. Anyway, it's clearly correct, so we can move on. Apollo 11's lunar lander, or the Eagle. The Eagle has landed famously. The Apollo 11 moon mission. And then chums are friends or what? I'm not sure what that is. Back. Aft of a ship? Maybe? There probably are other things back could be, to be honest. But let's see if I can get any crosses. Networker. Title holders. I'm not actually sure, so I can't really be certain about aft. cut back a lot. I don't know, diet, or what would this be? Cut back a lot, question marks. There's something punny going on here. Actor McShane. Ian McShane is an actor. Title holders are tenants. Why, that doesn't make any sense to me. Owners. If you possess the title to something, you own it. That could be. So all right. So I was wrong about back, maybe. Oh, maybe fro is in to and fro. Maybe. Yeah. Chums. This doesn't look great, though, does it? Chums. Networker. I don't know. Cut back a lot. Hew? You sort of, you hew a tree, you cut it back a lot. I don't know why you'd need all those words in there to convey that. Chums. Networker. IT something? The T wouldn't work here. All right, I'm not sure. We'll keep going. Blanc's opposite, noir. So this would be white and black in French. Chums. Oh, amigos, friends. And here's Spanish and friends, but it's used casually in English as well. All right. So back. Oh, ago. 3 years back. 3 years ago. Yeah, there were quite a few conceivable possibilities there. All right. Cut back a lot. Oh, mow. Maybe you cut back a lot of grass, a sort of a lot in the sense of a plot of land, that kind of thing. A networker is a goalie, someone who works the net. Wow. That's a very clever clue. Networker, goalie. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. That's pretty good. Well done. Wilford, who co-starred in 1985's Cocoon. Well, the actor Wilford Brimley. This must be, well, I do actually know that is the answer. So there we go. All right. Judge's seat. Bank. Or bonk, I guess, depending on how you're choosing to pronounce that. But yeah. That is a sort of bit of courtroom terminology there. Put on the line. Put on the line. I don't think I see what this is. Rings, and you ring someone, put them on the telephone line. I'm not quite sure I see what that one's getting at. I'm sure it'll seem obvious in retrospect. Afore could be ere, before this has happened, in a sort of poetic way. And afore is also, has a slightly archaic or poetic tenor to it. So that works. Blank Linda, California. Yorba Linda, California. Is that where Richard Nixon was from? Is that what Yorba Linda's known for? Can't quite remember. That might be the case. I might be misremembering which Linda in California I'm thinking of. Anyway, sorry if that was wrong. Let's keep going. Protein-rich fluid. A serum. Does that help with this? Comic book is to manga as film is to anime, I guess. So that's because right, okay. So manga, Japanese, comic books, anime or Japanese cartoons, animated cartoons, I mean. All right, there we go. Taker of a dog DNA test would be a mutt, I guess, because you want to sort of determine the kind of breeds that make up the dog, I guess. I'm not really familiar. I wasn't really aware that it was common to DNA test sort of mixed breeds, but I guess that makes sense. I don't know if that's actually the answer. I'm just sort of guessing here. Backup groups. Now this doesn't look right. Okay. But this looks like promises. Oh, right. Here's another theme clue. Forerunners of flip-flops. Campaign promises? What does that mean? Oh, that's funny. Forerunners of flip-flops. So you could flip-flop on a campaign promise. In other words, you could pledge to do something if elected to office during a campaign, and then, sort of reverse your decision once in office. That's a very clever clue. There's some very good punning going on in this crossword. All right, let's look at this. Backup groups. Maybe I'll delete Yorba. Maybe I'm not certain about that. But there is definitely a Yorba Linda. I mean, of that I am certain. I just don't necessarily know if it's the answer. I feel it has to be, but we'll hold off for now. Backup groups. Okay, right. We'll come back to that. Oh, here's another one. Oh, right. This is one of these that I noticed earlier. Slip before putting on a boot. What do I think this is about? I don't know. Many non-scholarship athletes. I don't know. I'm not really sure whether I don't know enough about how kind of university level sports work to really understand what is implied by that. Put on the line. It still could be ring, I guess. I mean, it doesn't. I don't think it's a very tight match, so I don't think it's the answer. But I don't have any other great examples, guesses yet. Polynesian staple. Oh, poi. So a food associated with Polynesian cuisine. NASDAQ and NYSE, so that's the New York Stock Exchange. So those are markets, sort of stock markets. Is that an abbreviation? I think MKT is a common enough abbreviation for market. Let's see if that helps me with any of these. Many non-scholarship athletes. Something one, put on the line. I just don't know what's going on here. Simple pond organism, alga, the singular of algae. Those would be simple organisms associated with ponds. Scrap, to sort of destroy something or cancel. Oh, cancel. Yeah, you could cancel plans. You could cancel your campaign promises. That's part of your forerunners of flip-flops. Well, I guess campaigning, the cancellation would be the flip-flop itself. All right. Many non-scholarship athletes. Oh, walk-ons? I see. That makes sense. So you aren't sort of, you're trying out for the team as somebody who's already enrolled in the university, not somebody who was brought on with a scholarship for that particular sport. Okay, I see. That makes sense. Put on the line. A risk, of course. You take a risk. You put something on the line. You risk it. That is, of course, correct. So this does look like markets, NASDAQ and NYSE. Okay, so parting ticket or slip before putting on a boot. Slip. Tickle. Oh, park. Oh, it is park. It's parking ticket. A slip, in other words, the parking ticket is the slip of paper that's, left on the vehicle. And it's before putting on a boot, I see, right? Because the, police officer or parking enforcer or whomever could put one of those devices on the car, the boot on the wheel of the car that prevents it from being operational, I suppose. All right, there we go. That's what was going on there. Very clever. Sinewy. If you're sinewy, you're sort of wiry. Maybe you're kind of spry or you have kind of lean muscle. And then they're found in pods, orcas, or you have pods of orcas. That's a phrase used to refer to groups of that animal. Opposite of a no-no. Aye. Is it like aye, captain? As opposed to aye, positive response as opposed to no, which is a negative response? That's funny. I haven't seen this one either. Lots of good punning today. Certain tree hugger could be literally a koala, perhaps. Another slightly punny clue. Peddle could be to sell. You peddle your wares, you sell your goods. And me too, as do I or as am I. Yeah, not sure which of those. They're either one of those is valid. So let's see. Movement whose name may derive from the French for hobby horse. Oh, that's interesting. What do I think that is? Movement. I'm not sure what it's getting at exactly. Let's look down. There's sometimes in Roman numerals. One saying, back in my day, an elder, I suppose. It's referring to their day. Movement. What I'm not sure what we're looking for with movement here. And here we have it's mind, all mind. Or you could have metal ore as mind. So they're sometimes found in, years. Oh, I see. Yes, years are often written in Roman numerals, right, of course. I was trying to think of a, I don't know, particular letter or symbol that's used to construct Roman numerals, but no. But the in is a clever bit of very slight misdirection because in the sense of being written in or conveyed in Roman numerals. Very clever clue again. Oh, Dada, the movement, the art. I was trying to think of a sort of, I don't know, a ballet movement or a, I don't know, something, a physical movement. But no, this means a movement of art, and the Dada movement, the kind of, intentionally, kind of extremely abstract and, almost sort of anti-meaning in some sort of way. That's interesting. Name may derive from the French for hobby horse. I had always learned that Dada was sort of an intentionally nonsensical word, but yeah, I mean, it may well have an etymology. I suppose we don't know for sure. Interesting. Anyway, that confirms this is as do I rather than as am I. I guess that was already confirmed by or. Let's keep solving the clue. This looks like Israel. Ah, yes, okay. The eye of 11 across Israel, which was exactly the word that I guessed. From that I mean, the PAC could be Political Action Committee, American-Israeli Political Action Committee, maybe. I'm not sure. It could be that. Anyway, that answer is clear anyway. And a digression could be an aside. You could have a digression, an aside from a sort of the main point you're making. A grouse, so this could be the animal, the bird, or the verb, meaning to sort of complain about something. And I'm not sure which it is. Star of the 1965 comedy Harem Scarum. That I do not recognize, I don't think. What about this one? Number of swans a-swimming in, so this will be the 12 Days of Christmas. Is it 7? It must be, right? Based on the number of letters, and it's starting with an S. I don't think there are any other possibilities. There are 7 swans a-swimming. Oh, it makes sense. It's alliterative. Grouse. Still not seeing what that is. And the star of, Elvis. Actually, strangely enough, I do actually think I recognize this. Now that I see Elvis and Harem Scarum, I've never seen it certainly, but I'm sure I've seen a movie poster or something like that. Ladybug or firefly? I don't know. Clinch, to clinch something, to ace it, to get it. Get doesn't seem very likely. Noted name in clogs. Oh, right, here's another theme clue. Noted name in clogs. Company that manufactures silly putty. Oh, right, I haven't a clue about that. Result of a perm. Curls in your hair? Mature. Age up or ripen, maybe? I like ripen. Ladybug or... a beetle. Are ladybug and fireflies both... Are they beetles? I wouldn't have known that. Is that true? Clench. It could be ace. Noted name in clogs. What about this? They quiet one's footsteps. Oh, carpets. Quiet one's footsteps relative to hard flooring surfaces. Hardwood or whatever else. Beverage suffix. Oh, aid, like lemonade or limeade. What was this again? Oh, chewable stimulant. Oh, I didn't really look at this. Cat is a chewable stimulant. It can be spelled with a Q or a K. And actually, in this case, strangely enough, it's probably, well, not strangely, I just mean Q not followed by a U is just unusual in English, but obviously this is a loan word. Anyway, I have seen it spelled both ways. Oh, this doesn't look right. Oh, this is ice, not ace. Liquid. You clinch something, you ice it. Okay, yeah, that's also fair enough. I was thinking of sort of clinch in the sense of acing a test, I guess, but that's actually probably a less precise match than ice. All right. Noted name in clogs. Yeah, right. Liquid Plumber is a brand name for a a sort of declog liquid, substance that you use in to unclog sinks and things like that. And it's the spelling is stylized in this way, where the BE are missing for whatever reason. So liquid plume R. plum R, I guess. Land of Ozymandias, Egypt. Look upon my works, you mighty, and despair. Okay. Company that manufactures silly putty. Oh, is it Crayola? I didn't know that. Okay, fair enough. And fixing things are tools. So in this case, this looks like it means a verb or a sort of gerund. I'm fixing things, or I like fixing things. But in this case, they're things for fixing. They're tools. Winter bug, a flu is a bug, an illness that comes around in the winter often. Flight could be, oh, the lamb on, yeah, you're on the lam. You're fleeing from justice or the law or what have you. So, yeah, flight is lamb. And then if a carbonated beverage loses fizz, it goes flat. So there we go. This is clearly Yorba Linda, California. Backup groups are taker of a dog DNA test. Oh, it is mutt. I was skeptical because of this BT, but it's B teams is what it is. Right. Okay. So the backup group is the B team as opposed to the A team, which is the starting group. Acoustic could be oral, maybe, as in related to sound. Johnny cake grain. I mean, I've heard the phrase Johnny cake. I don't know that I really have had, excuse me, had them or know what they are precisely, but they're obviously made from grain. Health class topic in brief. Sex ed, maybe? Ed for education. Oh, right. Ed for education because in brief it says. So, yes, that makes sense. Home of the Sheikh or Sheikh Zayed Grand Mosque, abbreviation. United Arab Emirates, presumably. And then Johnny cake grain. Yeah, what is this? Maize? Corn? Oh, yeah, it probably is. Colorful breakfast bowlful could be Trix. That's a cereal. What is it? Corn spheres or something? I've never actually had it, but I think it's something like that. Maybe an appropriate cross with maize then. One of my favorite things on the internet is, I think maybe decades long. I mean, I don't remember how long Wikipedia has been around, but I think for essentially the duration of that history, I've probably mentioned this in one of these videos before because I find it so amusing. There's basically been a many years long conflict on the page for maize. It's commonly referred to in many English-speaking countries as corn. So, and there's an argument about whether the page should be titled maize or corn, because corn more properly is a more generic term to refer to, grains of many types. And the particular one that when we sort of casually refer to corn is more properly called maize. And there's just been a war raging in the sort of discussion page of section of that page between people who think it should be called corn and people who think the page should be called corn versus maize. And it's very good. It's a very pointless, a very pointless conflict that these people have been engaged in for a long time. But I find it very funny. Anyway, show off a new dress, say, is to twirl. Maybe you twirl in a dress to show it off. And then navigation app is Waze. Right, yes. I have certainly heard of that app. I think people always say it's good for showing sort of traffic patterns or something like that. Anyway, came from is... why do I not see what this is? Oh, hailed from. Yes, you hailed from your hometown or what have you. You came from there. All right, and some French wines are Rhônes, maybe. Like a Côte de Rhône. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's right. I don't know enough about wine to be confident about this. Supports aids. You support someone. You aid them, maybe. Starting point for many soul singers. A choir, right, a soul singer. Many soul singers get their start in choirs. All right, that could be it. So it could be Rhônes. Stag could be a hart, a male deer. More than singe is char something. You could slightly burn it and then char it. More than singe. Collectors of moccasins are something handles? No. Oh, snake handlers. There we go. Moccasin snakes. Very clever. Snake handlers collect moccasin snakes. Very good. This does look like Roans, doesn't it? And then Greek vowel is eta. Kind of a jerk. I'm not sure what that is. Size of relief. Oz. Star and Scorpius. Antares. That's a star. Probably couldn't have told you offhand that it was in Scorpius, but fortunately I had these crosses. Kind of a jerk. Oh, a knee-jerk reaction, or a jerk of your knee. Not necessarily the whole phrase, but a jerk of your knee would be kind of a jerk. I think that's probably the answer. Custom-fitted pumps. So pumps are the shoes here. I'm not sure what that is. Grouse is to beef? To complain? That could be it. Custom-fitted pumps. Prefix with tourism. Ecotourism is a phrase. I can almost reach it. So close, you might say. We're sort of getting close to the end of the crossword, actually. Low whinnies. When I see whinnies written like this, I think of a horse neighing. Is that it, or not? Might be another meaning that I'm not thinking of at the moment. Tips off. Clued in, or jacket specific, or clues in, I guess it would be, but that doesn't fit anyway. Jacket specification. Not sure about that one. What a doll. This is interesting. This is in, oh right, yes, so it's an exclamation point clue, but without quotation marks, I should say. So what that means is, it's not the phrase, what a doll, that we're trying to recreate. It's, when you see this exclamation point without quotation marks surrounding it, it means we're sort of declaring this of the answer. We're saying about the answer, what a doll. I don't think I know what that actually is, though. Let's see. Zig and zag is to weave, or to, I don't know. This could be bon mot in French, which is literally translates to good word, but means a kind of, you've said something clever. Let's see. Spanish, let's see if that crosses work. I'm not sure that's the answer. Savory pastry whose name comes from the Spanish for breaded. Oh, an empanada? Am I spelling this right? I think so. Empanada. I think this is probably right. Haven't had an empanada in years. Ship pole. I hope that's right. I'm not certain it is. Let's keep looking around. Bit of grass. I don't know. I'm not... Comic strip canine. Oh, Odie, maybe? From Garfield? Okay, that's something. The stuff of legends. A saga? Sort of, legends retold. Zig and zag. Occasion for playing I Spy. Underlines. Maybe this isn't right. Yarn, the stuff of legends? You tell a yarn, a story? No. Underlines. Why is underlines literally underlined? Is that communicating more than it would be if it just with a word underlines? I can't really tell. Should this have an S? I don't know. This area is confounding me. Oh, here's 1970s era sneakers. Something about spies or something? People who sneak? I'm not sure. Let's look at this area over here. Custom-fitted pub. Oh, right. Yeah, okay. I'm not sure what that is. Plot driver in Romeo and Juliet. Plot driver in Romeo and Juliet. The plot driver is what? Their love for one another, their tryst, or I guess the family's kind of, long running feud. Oh, it could be feud. Feud actually literally fits. The feud between the Montagues and the Capulets. Family affair? Is that a phrase? Kind of sounds like it is. Custom fitted pumps. Let's see if I can confirm or deny affair. Metro. Oh yeah, metro costs are fares. You pay fare to ride a metro system, an underground, train system. Elevation could be altitude, abbreviated. Green say. I'm not sure what that is. Ingredient in a Waldorf cocktail. A rye? I'm not sure. Not a rye. Rye whiskey. I'm not sure I actually know what a Waldorf cocktail is, to be honest. But I'm guessing it has rye whiskey, based on the crosses there. Are you pulling my leg? Really? You could ask. And green. Oh, right. If you're green, if you have a sort of green pallor to your face, you could maybe be ill. And then a chocolate and pecan confection. A turtle, right. That is, yeah, chocolate-covered pecans are called turtles, I think. And then, artificial hearts. Custom-fitted pumps, right. Okay, because a heart is literally a pump. I didn't even pick up on that before when I actually think I already had hearts filled in here, but I didn't even notice that. Very good. Custom-fitted pumps, artificial hearts, very good. Low whinnies. I still don't know what that is. Tips off. I don't know. Jacket specification. Long? Oh yeah, you could have a long-sized jacket. What a doll. Hen? I don't know why that would be the case. Oh, Ken doll from Barbie. Very timely, given the upcoming, I guess, release of the Barbie film. Low whinnies. I still don't see what this is. Nickies? Nickels? I'm not sure. Tips off. Alerts. You could alert somebody of something. Tip them off. Distant. Gnarly. When fools rush in. Abbreviation. Not sure. Fields medalist Terence. Oh, Terence. The mathematician. Terence. Lou or Terence. I cannot remember. Oh, that's so annoying. Gnarly. Bogus? Terence. I assume that's who I'm thinking of. Conference booty. Maybe it's not bogus. Because conference booty could be swag. In other words, this sort of bag of little tchotchkes or things that you get given at many conferences. So, gnarly. Oh, gross, maybe. That could be it. Yeah, sort of, I don't know, 80s slang, I guess, kind of. When fools rush in, abbreviation. What is that? I'm not really sure what this is getting at. It's a pun in some way. It seems to be anyway. Distant. Oh, if you're distant, you could be apart from somebody, distant from them. And when fools rush in, April. April is the month of April Fool's Day. Very good. Okay. Plenty of punning going on in this puzzle. Oh, Terence Tao. That sounds familiar. Terence Tao. I think that is his name. Does that help with this? Oh, 1970s era sneakers. Watergate something. Watergate sneakers. The people who broke into the Watergate Hotel. Watergate what? What do we call them? I'm not sure what the pun is. Sorry about that. But let's look at these. Hubbub. A whole hubbub. A whole ado. Big affair. Cowboy nickname. Tex is I guess, kind of a stereotypical cowboy nickname. So-called dog daisies are ox eyes, I think. I don't know that I knew dog daisies, but I know of the flower ox eyes, and so with that OX, it was fairly clear. Artist Magritte, Rene Magritte was an artist. And you're welcome in Spanish. De nada, you could say in Spanish to say you're welcome. Of nothing, I guess that literally is. Site with a daily deals option. eBay must have this, based on the AY there. Oh, Watergate burglars. There we go. Those are the 1970s era sneakers. That's very clever. This is a very good, clever puzzle. My man, dude, you might say. Mardi Gras is, of course, a holiday. Dying stars are red giants, okay, before they, go nova, I suppose. Momentous. If something's momentous, it's big. And a bit of grass. This I'm still not sure. Yeah, not sure about that one. The Stuff of Legends, Zig and Zag, could be Saga maybe, like I said before, but why did I think that wasn't true? I can't remember. Occasion for playing I Spy. Oh, Road Trip. Right, okay, you could say I Spy something that you've seen out the window, or maybe, and then people ask you the... Oh, right, no, that's the one where you say I Spy something that begins with the B or something like that. Okay, right, I was thinking of 20 questions momentarily. Anyway, okay, let's move on. The Stuff of Legends. Oh, maps. Maps could have legends that show the scale, or various iconography that indicates what the map is displaying. Okay. Zig and zag. Oh, slalom. And, you could go down a slalom route on skis or something, and you zig and zag between the slalom markers. All right. Bit of grass. Oh, blade of grass. Oh, empanada with an A. That looks better. Okay. Should have seen that myself, but I didn't until now. Bit of grass is a blade of grass. There we have it. And then underlines is stresses. Okay. So they've underlined this just to further stress what exactly we're looking for. And then here, a ship pole is a spar. Oh, right. Sure. I've heard that, like main spar. I have heard that phrase. Okay. So there we go. That was a very clever crossword. The game is afoot. It was a clever theme, but also absolutely packed full of clever punning throughout. So we had our fresh pair of loafers, or Beavis and Butthead, our forerunners of flip-flops, our campaign promises. A slip before putting on a boot is a parking ticket. Noted name in clogs is liquid plumber. Collectors of moccasins are snake handlers. Custom-fitted pumps are artificial hearts. What's this one? No. And finally, 1970s era sneakers were the Watergate burglars. Very clever. Very good puzzle. Full of clever things throughout. Very good. I really enjoyed it. Hope you did as well. And I'm going to move right on to yesterday's clues because these Sunday puzzles are long, aren't they? And I think I had 2 set aside. So let's take a look at them. Maybe I had more than 2. Dragon Traces regarding Alex Haley points out Alex Haley is probably known more popularly for Roots, although he lost a plagiarism lawsuit about the authenticity of the book. That was the book that was made into that famous miniseries. This was not the only such accusation, but it was the most notorious due to both the material and the loss of the suit, definitely in the headlines. He was also quite well known for many interviews, such as those with Muhammad Ali, Martin Luther King Jr., and George Lincoln Rockwell. Thank you for all of that context, Dragon Traces. And both Kathleen Quinn and Victoria Rajishka pointed out that oil pastels, I was just not familiar with this, Kathleen Quinn says, oil pastel is a painting and drawing medium formed into a stick which consists of pigment mixed with a binder mixture of non-drying oil and wax, in contrast to other pastel sticks which are made with a gum or methyl cellulose binder, and in contrast to wax crayons which are made without oil. There we go. And then Victoria Rajishka adds, they're literally an alternative to crayons. It's an art medium. They sort of look like classic wax crayons if one would cut off the pointy bit of a crayon. Ah, yes, I definitely have seen those. I didn't know they were called oil pastels. Thank you for that. Usually very saturated on paper and give off a lot of color payout, she says. All right, there we have it. Those were the clues from yesterday, or the questions from yesterday's, not questions, the comments regarding yesterday's puzzle. And that is also that for today's crossword. Hope you enjoyed it. I really did enjoy this one quite a bit. So I hope you did too. Let me know how you fared with it in terms of the theme and the difficulty. Always curious to know in the comments or the Daily Solve Discord chat server. And I'll be back tomorrow for a much quicker, simpler puzzle, the Monday-themed crossword. So do join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Sunday. Take care.